Welcome back, guys, to Trails of Cold Steel 4, where last episode we spent our third bonding point to place flowers at Sarah's father's grave, leading to Reem going berserk after the spirits of the dead arose, and barely snapping out of it in time to spare Sarah. Then we started to head out into Lemere province to find events taking place, getting hold of the orbital bikes once again, defeating a monster on the western Lemere highway, and then heading to Osgilliath Basin to explore newly accessible areas. It's a weird one when they sort like that.
Let's get our hands on that chest.
Yes, okay, Angelica. A solemn buckle. Alright, so we've got a solemn buckle which prevents burn and gives accuracy with ATS. Copper Wing Lion medal has item drop rate up. I don't think I want to change it.
Now let's go.
Let's punch some bugs. My favorite pastime, bug punching.
It's down!
Here!
This is it! Let's go! Shit!
Well,
Yes!
that's game again, isn't
There!
it?
Let's go! Hey!
This is what we had Rena's last time, though, wasn't it, in CS3?
Everyone okay?
Mister, I've got a billion status effects. Let me do like a gale or a crescent slash. Oh look, everyone's got status effects. Haha, we win.
Hey! Hey!
But we don't give them the status effect damage stuff, no. Or of course to help him do exactly that. What's that? That's just the bunny, okay.
Smash! Victory is clear!
Smash indeed. Fire's the weakness.
Let's go! Raging fire formation! Get back!
Get him!
Now!
Attack! It's my turn.
Okay, one's out for the count. Grass Hydra. 30 impact would have probably been better there.
I got this.
Actually has survived
It's
to do an
my
attack.
turn. Arcus activate!
Poison.
Back off!
Didn't break.
There!
So yeah, again, Hydra's frozen. One enemy's dead, no matter what. A flare butterfly will wipe out most of the rest of the bar.
I'm going!
Get him, Emma.
There! Let's keep moving.
I want to hear Emma and Reeds together. Probably not going to now. That's how it works. Right, so how much longer on this path do we have with the photo there and all that? Okay. Trial chest needs to be revisited. I do worry that you'll pop out of that trial chest and you'll just be like right next to the Queen Commander and it'll attack you and you'll be unready for it.
Hey! Now let's go.
I think that's a fairly normal concern.
Let's go! Raging fire formation! Get back! It's down!
Attack! I'm going.
So, no one got hit with stuff. What? I'm surprised.
Sure.
We'll get this one for you,
Let's go.
and you can laser bullet down the line. And then with her,
Sleep tight, kittens.
straight up their buddies actually. But aren't baby rabbits called kittens? She knows.
Let's wipe them out! Let's go! Raging
Now, I'm paranoid
fire
about those
formation!
chests, yeah, definitely. Yeah!
Get back! Now!
The good old trails edge the circle until it gets there.
This is the end!
I'm going.
That guy's nightmared.
My turn.
That means everyone here
Let's do it.
should finish up the job pretty easily.
Let's go. Hey. Sleep tight, kitten.
The normal bunnies don't stand a chance, do they? Ash and Emma have reached level 4. Hey, Ash. What are you doing? Yeah.
I'm fired up.
You just come back with Marine. You've been literally talking to every other woman lately. Yes, but I can explain.
Now let's go.
Wow, it's the same pack
Let's
every
go.
time.
Raging fire formation.
Not even a remotely different formation here.
Get back. Now.
Attack.
Even baby
This
rabbits
is
is
the
called a
end.
kit, but a singular baby rabbit is apparently called kit.
I got this.
I was like, so she's actually correct.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Let's go.
She can't reach unless she hits them with something good.
I'm going. There.
No! Rabbit's gonna attack Ash! How will we ever live with ourselves?
Sleep tight, kittens. Hey.
I've read Warship down. Whose is this for then? Sarah and Fee, who are both again not here. So we're gonna have to set it up. So Sarah Fee, the other one was Emma Laura. I guess they do expect you to take them as a combination there. And now we lower down a ladder. Thankfully, the rope isn't unstable this time for the jumping distance we can easily do. So we can get down. So that would be the Osgilliath Basin checked out. Old Lemere Road has an event as well, and then we've got the two towns with their quests. It's the Rest Lodge that has something going on. And it's you. Hey! Hello, Adel and Sandy. You're here with her. Instructor Reen, it's so great to see you again. Well, if it's Reen and his friends, you're looking well. Well, I suppose you were when I saw you in Orders 2, so that's not surprising. We were just talking about you. Oh, really? We really have a knack for showing up just when we need you, Elo. It seems like you always know exactly what we're up to. Oh, I merely connected the dots. Did you? It's that easy. I already knew there were 4 associates in Orders at the time. So all I needed to do was reach out to the branch campus students while you were busy infiltrating the city. Nothing special, really. Nothing special, she says. I heard you were working together with Vincent and some of the other alumni, but I had no idea of the scope of your operation. Well, Adel's family is kind of a big deal around here. They're popular with the other nobles and beloved and trusted by the commoners. Regardless, it seems like things are really beginning to escalate. I'll be staying in with Sandy and the other members of Force to gather information. We're behind you all the way, so don't give up. Thanks, we're glad to have your help. I'm going to search for information on Vivi and our other missing allies. Things are finally starting to get serious. If Patrick and Ferris were there, then perhaps. Perhaps what? Oh no, nothing to worry yourself over. I just have a couple of extra things to investigate. This lodge is outside the army surveillance area. Go ahead and make yourself at home. Don't you have things to give in? Here we go.
You have my deepest gratitude.
No actual full dialogue yet.
You have my deepest gratitude.
So it seems we just got... we did just get a reward.
You have my deepest gratitude. Here's a little reward for your efforts.
So we took another 3 to get 2 magic droplets and 2 spirit droplets. I feel like every new dish I try expands my cooking repertoire. If it's not too much trouble, would you bring me some more? Gotta get that Force Unity rating up. Grandma's
You
Chiquita.
have my deepest gratitude.
A noble risotto.
You have my deepest gratitude.
This looks absolutely delicious. You can hardly wait to give it a try again. Sure.
You have my deepest gratitude. Here's a little reward for your efforts.
What am I get? 3 more magic droplets and 3 spirit droplets. And then 1 more to give you for deepest gratitude as well. The parfait du tomatonio.
You have my deepest gratitude.
Job done. We don't need to rest or anything. Everyone should be fine. Shouldn't be anything else we need here. Let's buy some slightly sweet walnut pie, because that sounds amazing right now. I'd love that. Get a bit more mirror for my troubles. And move on. We came to deliver some special brandy and grape juice from Alster today, you know. West Branch campus students got talking. We came to some realizations. The list of people who still haven't been found is longer than we'd like. But that just means that we need to really focus now. Did we ever check out up here before? No. Did I? I wonder now. I'm bored. I want to do something already. Why can't I go out and play? I finally managed to contact one of my friends back home. They said it'd be better for us to stay away for now. The army's out drafting anyone they can get their hands on. But we've managed to make it so close to Northumbria. What to do? Horrible reason to be kept away from your home. Not like we could do anything about it, though. Is that a quest here? I finally managed to contact one of my friends back home. No extra dialogue. You're trying to get back. Finally made it this far, and yet, if I don't make a decision soon, we're gonna have flat broke. Ah, what am I to do? It really does sound like it should be a quest. Ash is here. We can play with Ash. I don't know. Alright, so that's another new marked off the list. I guess it's Alster. Oh, we're coming here for the reading the story later. Definitely. The music. Let's go to Alster, where everyone needs talking to. We can do at least one sweep of one town, but it's still quite a big town. You've gone the wrong way! Hey, Anton. Don't yet. Anton. Hey, buddy, get over here a sec, will you? You mean me? This girl looks like trouble. What do I do? Is she going to turn violent? I need this mirror to accomplish something important. Shake me down all you want, but I'll never hand it over. Huh? What in the alias damn hell are you talking about? Well, whatever. You see a kid named Cargo when you're around here? We got separated back in Heimdall, but he's my responsibility and I gotta find him. Oh, is that all? Sorry, I thought you were trying to mug me. I should just arrive in this town in search of someone myself. So I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about your Cargo. That's too bad, but I get it. You got your own problems. Who was you looking for? I'll keep an eye out. We're in the same boat, so we may as well help each other out, right? That's so kind, thank you. You're not nicer than you look. Well, know how to describe her. The woman I'm looking for is a goddess descended from the heavens to walk among us! No way. Damn, you don't look like much, but you've got guts trying to hit on Adius herself. No, that's not it. I just mean she's so beautiful and full of grace that you could easily mistake her for a goddess. He's got guts. I've been searching for him for a month now. All those damn monsters swarmed the capital. Me and Cargo tried to get people out. But we got split up and I haven't seen him since. But there's no way he can be dead. No way. I know he's out there somewhere. So that's what happened. Cargo's not the only one missing either. Cargo is my responsibility. I'll find him no matter what it takes. So if any of you nerds hear anything about him, you best tell me, got it? Yes, us nerds. Chicken! Sheep! Dog! Woof woof woof. I don't think he's saying that his owner's in here. And a hunting dog. It reminds me of a doe. Yeah, I could tell my animals. I could tell you what animals are. There's a street vendor named Yarnak outside the distillery. He's a relaxed kid and he always has time to chat with Granny. I can't believe that he would get excited to get a draft card. Ugh. Yarnak is really a laid-back kid. I can't believe that he would get excited to get a draft card. No. Well, Zikas. It affects so many. I forgot that most of these dots in Ulster are actually animals and not people to talk to. Hi, Kai. I can't believe it. Rena, wow, it's been so long. But you look a little different. Yeah, it's good to see you again, Kai. You too, Gasco. Sorry, I know the new look is a little jarring. Oh, don't sweat it. We already heard about what happened from Sandy. It's still the same person who saved us from the Jaegers 2 years back. That's not going to change. I'm glad you feel that way. Things have been rough for the workshop lately. A lot of our goods have been seized by the army. But Enya and the boss will work something out. We'll get through it. That's right. Anytime you want to drop by, we'll always be happy to see you. That's too kind of you. Thanks. It's a relief to see Alster. It's the same peaceful old town it's always been. But even this place hasn't been able to totally escape the war. I'm really happy our paths crossed again. It's not all that rosy in Ulster, but we're managing. You're welcome here anytime. Every day's been awful, just absolutely intolerable. I still can't believe what happened to Prince Oliver. You guys come back for us, didn't you? Stop by whenever you got time. You're always welcome here. Depends. What have you got for go? Oh, for Duvally? I'm sure buying a present for Duvally will go well. You got a pair of work gloves already. By the Indigo Ribbon Ballet. Oh, interesting that it's not like going up in tiers for stuff. Armaments and whatnot. Let's go back from harvesting. I'm actually here to sell some of these beauties. I gotta admit, when I'm out there with my vines, I can just let my mind go blank. I understand the mayor's grievances, but grievances alone have never provided any sense of closure for anyone. Take both mother and child. Ace's hand is merciless. Seems there's a ruckus over the distillery. I think I'll head over there later instead. Ah yes, there's a quest for us to do here too. While also being in such a remote location, we have to rely on trucks to ship in goods. It doesn't look like we'll be receiving any more supplies than the military. It's true that we'll be okay if Class VII step in, but there's something about them that doesn't sit well with me. I'm going to try and do what I can on my own. Alright, nothing else available? Just the news that I have now actually read. It's true that we'll be okay if Class VII takes care of our supply line, but there's something about them that doesn't sit well with me. Yep. It's because they're evil corporation! 1.0. Sunny Spine. Sunny often handles our delivery to Nosh over on the highway. She's the kind of person who's got a give it your all attitude, just like Gilda and Ariel. That's what happened to Prince Oliver. My wife stopped bringing Ariel up. Sunny's the kind of person who's got the reason my wife stopped bringing Ariel up. No one's got too much of the double speak. There's so many NPCs, you can understand why. There have been several armoured divisions that passed through on their way north. Things were quite noisy around the Rest Lodge for a while, but it also seems to be retaining its peace. What's going on with the mayor does worry me a little, but I'm an outsider, so it's not something I should be sticking my nose in. If I could sell off wild game and use the mirror for some good spirits, then what more can I ask for? Shopkeeper said his grapes are really going to be something else. Harvest can come soon enough. Well, looks like it's time to go deliver some of the fine style. Wild game inside of Lemere? Yeah, sure. I go so fast that sometimes I don't even realise it's not double speed. Oh my, you're the famous instructor at Sandy's school, aren't you? No, I'm Angelica. Womanizer. I've seen you in the papers, but you've got quite a different feel to you in person. Well, a lot's happened, so sorry, that was a strange thing to say to someone I just met. I've been really looking forward to meeting you since my daughter's enrolled at the branch campus. Things are tough right now, but if you need anything, just say the word. We will. Thank you.
Let's go.
I should go with Reed. You're already something else, instructor. I'm glad that we were finally able to have a proper chat. Anything to buy here? Nope. Alright, and that's the Sunny Spy in. The sweep continues. Which are sheep, which are chickens, and which are actually people? These are all animals, except for one kid. You're an animal too. Kai always works so hard from morning to night. Tilia waters the flowers every day. She always stops to say hello to me. Both of them are so nice. They're my bestest friends. Kai and Tilia are my bestest friends. They're so nice and they never get mad at me. What do you do to get them, to get people mad? That's the question, really, isn't it? Chicken! Rooster! Yeah, so then our estate has had something put there. Which we did. Next is Tilia's home. Because Kai's out and about after all. Tilia's upstairs. Oh, Reen! How have you been, Tilia? It's been so long since we last met, and looking like this, I don't blame you for being surprised. Things are a little complicated these days. I don't care if they're complicated or not. I'm just happy to see you, Reen, the hero of Alster himself. You've really grown, Tilia. You seem even more grounded than before. And I'm glad to see that you're still writing your novel. Yeah, but it's not really ready yet. I can see you have your favourite book, Carnelia, close at hand too. No need to be shy, Tilia. Once I finish, you guys will be the first to know. You'll really inspire me, you know that. If I didn't have you, I don't know if I'd be pursuing my dreams like this. I think you'd be at it no matter what. Anyways, I think I speak for all of us when I say that we can hardly wait. Once I finish, you guys will be the first to know. Alright then, I've got my goals, so all I have to do is put the work in. By the way, my grandmother's basically the star of that book. And when Emma spots it everywhere. Significance to her too. The mayor's been continuously agitating everyone because he's urging the residents to enlist. He was over at the distillery earlier to see Miriam. I got there as soon as I could. Can he phase through stuff? I managed to calm him down this time, but I've no doubt it's only temporary. What should I do? Miriam and Uni were also pretty shocked at the mayor's behaviour. I managed to calm him down this time, but I've no doubt it's only temporary. So did you do something to it? Due to Alster's remote location, it's always been bracers who've come to our aid whenever there are any problems. 4 years ago, it was a certain trio of bracers who protected Kai during the incident. It's not so easy for them to provide the same protection now that things are like this. I can't always rely on others for help. 4 years ago, a certain nun visited town around the same time as the bracers. She was a stunning person with crimson eyes, and she arranged for Tilia's vision to be fixed. No one there? Alright, we're nearly done with the sweep by the look of it. Isn't this the mayor's house? Oh, it's old man Bua. The mayor's got it exactly right. This is our time to rise up, not pull away. Us old folks can't stand on the front lines, but we can help when they start requisitioning supplies. Everyone's got to pitch in somehow. Only these legs of mine were stronger. I wish I didn't have to sit down so much. I'm not going to be one of those people who just hangs back and leaves things up to the younger folks. I'm ready to pitch in all I can. If only these legs were a little stronger, I'd be out there right now. Would you really, though? I don't want to go, but yeah, the curse. That would make you. You see, when my husband and I were younger, we worked to cultivate the grapes. Back then, Prince Oliver and his friend Muller would often come to the fields to play, and it breaks my heart. Every time I think of him, even a little, I can feel myself tear up. I may be getting on my years, but I still go over and help with the grapes when I can. When I look out those fields, I think of Prince Oliver and Muller when they were just boys. See, it's really easy to think of Prince Oliver playing, but Muller. Whenever you think Muller, play. He's a playful kind of guy, but still. Yarnak, have you received your draft order? Prince Oliver would surely be impressed if we sent a fine man like yourself. You should rise up to the challenge of the resident of Ulster and a man of Erebonia. It'd be an honor, sire. I'll do what needs to be done and defeat the prince's enemies. That's the spirit. I'm proud that the proud and hopeful have gone. It makes me so happy that my pleas to the residents did not fall on deaf ears. The mayor praised me. I felt this warm, fuzzy feeling I've never felt before. I want to do my duty as a man of Ulster and Erebonia. Oh, wow. Is he like a vehicle for it? It's looking like it. And that just leaves the quest. And a cat. Perilous purring. The mayor came to the distillery with a thunderous look on his face earlier. He was screaming at my brother about how all men in town should answer the draft. It was like he was possessed. I want to inform Father Nogaro, but if my brother leaves as well, we're in real trouble. The mayor was screaming at my brother about how all men in town should answer the draft. The distillery will have to close if my brother follows my father to war. That'll be a problem. What barrels would there be for cats to sit on? Wow, that's a lot of guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh. If my eyes aren't mistaken, good to see you all. Looks like you came out seeing our request, right? Well, I'd heard the stories, but the hair, those clothes, that ain't the most rot look I've ever seen. I'm glad to see you look well. They got the band back together. I can say the same to all of you. What are you guys doing back here? Yeah, the Modern Music Club met up in Rockwell to share information. Right about then, we got a ring from Sandy. Figured we may as well come over seeing as we're in walking distance. I was hoping we'd be able to do this on our own, but I'm sure you're aware of how that goes. The only thing, though, is that a few key components are completely busted. Right, we first had Kai and Gasco, the town's best engineers, take a look at it. It sounds like repair just isn't an option. These parts need to be replaced entirely. You said in your request that it just needed to be repaired. You want us to be your gophers and run around finding all the parts, is that it? Well, I would have worded it a little bit different, but yeah, pretty much. If you have the time, would you mind stepping in to lend us a hand? I will accept. Definitely, we'll help out however we can. Thank you, we really appreciate it. I can't begin to tell you how much this means to us. I'm kind of surprised to see you use an old hunk of metal like that for anything, honestly. Joel's brewing, huh? Yeah, times are tough. The military is requiring liquor for the troops so they can relax. We need to produce a large amount for that. But on the other hand, the general population is looking at a sudden shortage. Even in darker times, Steinrose has some very loyal customers out there. The demand is great. I'd do anything to figure out how to mass produce it. Dad's conscription threw us for a loop. He's usually the one in charge, but now he's running the brewery for the military. We have to keep our quality high, but thorough checks often result in production speed dropping. That does sound difficult. That's why I brought out the old distiller. It might have been cutting edge, but if it helps supplement production, then why not? As you heard, some of the key components are beyond repair. It's not producing a single drop in its current state. 3 parts in particular we're having trouble getting. First, the pressure valve is used to lower the pressure in the distillation still. Next, we have the coiling coil. The cooling coil. It's very coily. It's a tube that efficiently cools vaporized alcohol to turn it into a liquid. And last but not least, a large pump gear is one of the parts that transfers the refined alcohol back to the storage tank. Thanks, I think we have a good idea what you need. Good idea. Man, do you even know where we can find these things? I sure as hell don't. Just so you know, we already went to both the workshop and exchange shop in Raquel looking after these parts. No luck at either, I'm afraid. But if you're checking with Mr. Dwight from Palm, he might just be able to help you with the pump. Can't I say for sure, though? Nothing really comes to mind for the pressure valves, I'm afraid. It doesn't seem like the kind of part a traditional workshop would carry. It'd have to be a workshop with state-of-the-art equipment, and it can't be on the Imperial Defense Force's radar either. Yeah. It seems the cooling coils are also used to refine perfumes and pharmaceuticals. And that's all the information I have for you. I have no idea where you can find one. When we put our heads together, we might be able to come up with a few potential locations. That's a good enough start. Thanks a lot. We can make it happen. Let's get it done already. Let's get started. Fantastic. Thanks again. Good luck, you guys. Brandy Recognition has started. Boink. It's going to tell me where things are, so it's going to be fine. Right? Right? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to go one place. State of the art. State of the art workshops. Off the radar of the military. The easiest guess I've made today. The Merkabah's workshop. The equipment here is totally state of the art. I should see if they have a pressure regulator valve. Sometimes the exact thing you need is right under your nose. Pardon me, can I ask you something? Marina asked Brother Yuna if he had a pressure valve on hand. A pressure valve, huh? As a matter of fact, we do have some. They're for the ship, though. I don't really know much about them. In any case, here you are. So we've got to go Palm. We'll see your pressure valve. Thank you very much. You're a lifesaver. So how much do I owe you? Oh, no, there's no way I could ask any more of you. By all means, take it. I insist. That's extremely generous of you. Thanks again. Just another thing we got to owe Wurzel for, I guess. Now, if we're looking at areas that we can go, that we can go Palm. Cool. So, it's basically Palm, Titus Gate, Erin. If it's not in Raquel, then... perfumes and stuff. Nothing comes up. The herbalist? Fail. Well, at least we can check out Erin from here. Success. Gandalf. The Iron Village Workshop. They make all kinds of tools here. Maybe they'll have the cooling coil Valerie asked for. Excuse me, can I ask you something? Marine spoke to Gandalf and asked if there was a cooling coil on hand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got some of those. After all, they're a vital part of making medicine, perfume, all that good stuff. If it's brandy you're making, you want the biggest one you can get. Yeah, sort of do it. Got a helix pipe. Put that one out of the way. This one's on the house. You're an important guest, the Elder, after all. Thanks, I'll definitely return it as a customer if I need any help. Hey, no soul keys, are any? You never guess it by looking at him. That was very easy. And now, the one location we were given. Farm. Leave the one you know till last, right? Technically, the one we knew could have actually led us around everywhere else. Nothing's changed here, right? I've been racing with the other kids every day and I've gotten really, really fast. Nope, it hasn't. It's still the same, seemingly. Pretty sure. He says unsure. Let's get our quest done. Dark Flames, thank you for the follow. Welcome. This is the workshop where Pablo used to work. What if I ask you something? Reen explained the situation to Dwight and asked if he had a large pump gear. Yeah, it's just like Pablo expected. I've got some right here. They're using the municipal water wheels after all. Here you go. Obtain a large pump gear. Alright, how much? Don't worry about it, just take it. We've got to help each other in times like these. Besides, if Pablo's involved, I don't want payment. That's very kind of you. That's pretty nice of this guy. That was quick. Alright, looks like we've got everything we need. Yeah, let's get back to Mirio. That was a very quick one. It's just a hunt quest. Pretty fast. Pretty easy. Oh, you're back! Have you brought the parts we asked for? Yeah, we got the right ones. Reen handed the parts over to Pablo and the others. Let's see here. Pressure valve, cooling coil, a large pump gear. Can I believe it? But you've worked another miracle. Yeah, it's kind of their thing, isn't it? Thanks a bunch, Ash. Whatever. The rest is on you guys. Hey, just leave it to us. It's my chance to show off my engineering skills. I'll show you what Class IX is made of. And I'm going to give Gasco and Kai a call as a precaution. Now, will Sarah actually have any interactions in this quest? They began to distill brandy, partially as a test to see if the still had been properly repaired. After a few trials runs, it was distilling brandy like it had never stopped in the first place. That's a surprisingly easy fix. What a relief. I don't know how to thank you. Working in a big group makes things easier, doesn't it? I don't think it's how many, but who. You guys from Force really can do anything. It might be a bit on the younger side, Kai, but I gotta say, I'm impressed. Yeah, you're quite the engineer. Looking forward to seeing where you go from here. Absolutely. Well, baby steps first, right? You already make a solid team, you know that? Damn, so each distillation takes like 10 hours, right? Alright, it does take a certain amount of time, for better or worse. Well, it matters much to us, Ash, or have you forgotten we're not old enough? How could I forget when someone reminds me every single time? On that note, we've actually prepared a sampling of our signature beverages for you. It's our way of expressing our gratitude. Anyone of legal age is welcome to some Steinrows, of course. We've prepared some delicious grape juice for those who aren't. It's some of our best. I'm really delighted to say. As long as it's Phoenix Wright grape juice. Oh, I'm not really a juice guy, but whatever, I guess. Grape juice it is. It was thirsty work searching for the parts. I would appreciate some of that juice now, please. I would have thought we'd get to drink some Steinrows this early in the day. I mean, even if it's just a tasting, it counts. It's a special beverage, so a glass or two is most certainly in order, I'd say. I do feel a little bad hearing that. There's no milk around here, is there? Everyone had an excellent time with an age-appropriate beverage in hand. Mirio and the others offered their thanks once more when the group left the distillery a short while later. Age-appropriate. Come and take a look at Oliver's hometown, and who do I see but the famous Class VII? Fresh from the Steinrose Distillery too. I can smell the lovely aroma from here. Any other time I'd go pick a few bottles up. I'm sure Cassius would like some too. But I can't afford to be spotted. Not yet. I hear the Ashen Chevalier's got some sharp senses. I'd better go before he notices me. Now that's a nice add-on for a quest. Sharp sense time. This feeling. It didn't feel malicious. Maybe I don't have anything to worry about. Brandy Recognition is completed. And we just nearly, in another dimension, Shera and Sarah just had a drinking competition. And Aina was called over too. Merkabah Bomb times 5 is gained. Add 5,500 mirrors as a reward for all the hard work. That was a nice work for that.
Hey, Reen. Got a moment?
Hey, Tower. Sure, what's up? Any new leads? Yes, in fact. I've been informed of some suspicious activities taking place in Sutherland. Sutherland, huh? That would coincide with Mikey's High Arm's absence, which means Eustace is going on the next one. It's more just a coincidence. I was dumbstruck when I heard that... Go on. Never mind. Can you drop by sometime soon? I have new info about the Force network too. I think it'd be better for us to discuss it in person. Of course, see you soon. Guess Ursula's got something for us, huh? Wonder why she was so coy about it though. Yeah, me too. Let's go back to the Merkabah once we're done here. No, we can't continue yet. We may as well continue to do the other quest first. You know how that works. Also, I gotta go back and talk to everyone at the distillery. I want my free samples. I deserve a bit more. The Stein Rose we just brought out as a drink that's been 10 years in the making. The juice was made from grapes so fresh they were picked this very morning. Hey, you've all been fantastic. I hope you find our drinks to your liking. Get me more! Thank you so much for what you did today. It would have been a struggle to provide enough brandy without your help. This place has to thrive under my management, for my dad as well as everyone out there who purchased our products. No extra dialogue. Man, you're just gonna be Alster's grape juice. A few sips and your troubles are gone. You cannot. While the issue at the distillery was resolved without any further complications, I'd like to get together with Sandy again and exchange information. To be honest with you, I regret missing out on that, Brandy, but it's good to have something to look forward to once I come of age. That it is. You can get a free sample then? Like a free bottle when you come of age? That'd be nice. So what we do next? Well, we got that going on, which we'd have to change people for. But what I'm looking for... Marine, Elliot, Makis, and Sarah. I basically have to change people for any chests I'm doing at this point in time. Am I returned back to the Merkabah? They're not going to force the go on me, are they? Yes. Yes, they are. Back on the Merkabah, Reen and the others quickly gathered on the bridge. They then proceeded to discuss the new information that Toa had acquired. We're still a while off from that. We've got to check out Raquel first. You have got to be kidding me. I was worried what the Imperial Defense Forces administration in Marcus Hyam's absence might lead to. You're right to worry. Meet the new interim supervisor of St. Ark. What? Marcus Wilhelm Ballard. Uncle of the former Duke Cayenne. My granduncle. Guess that greedy old mongrel got his grubby hands back in the henhouse, huh? Ash, remember, he is still a member of the nobility, though I'm inclined to agree for the most part. Singling out to the government to further his own prestige again, is he? As if that buffoon hadn't caused enough damage in Ordis. I could have sworn they kept him under house arrest after that whole debacle at the Imperial Provincial Council. It's clear the government decided otherwise, frankly speaking. Yeah, apparently he arrived from Heimdall with 2 guests in tow. One of them a member of Fours and the other a member of the Imperial family. No way! It's almost identical to what happened in Ordis, play for play. There's quite a number of students and personnel at the branch campus whose whereabouts are unknown. Well, I've only got so many Imperial family members running around. Yeah, there's only one person it could be. In any case, that's all the information we currently have. We'll have to sneak our way into St. Ark, the capital of Sutherland Province. And you're taking the 3 of us with you, me, Kurt, and Ali. Agreed, we've already been to St. Ark twice now. Whilst I spent most of my childhood in Sutherland, but I'd like to see for myself how things have changed. Well, in that case, I might as well come with. Drecknell Fortress isn't too far from town, and I might be able to find out more about my dad in the 4th Armored Division. I felt like me and Sarah should tag along too. The guild has a temporary branch there, might end up useful. Agreed, but we can't both go. We've got braces operating all over, one of us needs to stay back and be a liaison. I see your point, we can decide for sure when the mission starts. Seems looking pretty solid, now to get cracking on how we're pulling this thing off. Would it not be as simple as to teleport in from the witch's village and infiltrate from there? Actually, we can't use that route right now. There's something strange going on with the teleportation stones in South Ishmir. Probably a disturbance of the spirit veins if I had to guess. I suppose our landing spot will just have to be up to our discretion then. I'll begin searching for candidates. The rest of us can start preparing in the meantime. Let's get to it, everyone. Well, we're not moving on yet, we know that. Speak to Rosine, the captain's chair, and select commence infiltration and proceed with the main story. Please note that once you do, unfinished quest ETC will disappear, and we've got the whole of Raquel to check out. But this leaves us in a good state for it. We've still got Cody Red to do.
Okay, let's see how you did.
Yeah, just give me 4 points.
Thanks, everyone. Great job.
9 points
See you
away.
later, Reen.
See you, Toa. We could literally talk from just over here. Hi. Oh, you're not there, actually. Right, so we need to change the party if we want to do that at least one trial chest, because I'm about to read you a bedtime story. It's about to be the end of the session. We'll go into Raquel next time. We'll check it all out and more. But before then, and we also, of course, have the extra bonding point. And there's also, we'll also probably be epicrypted next time, that's for sure. We need Elliot in the party, don't we? Elliot, Macias, and who? We need Elliot, Macias, Sarah is one. Ashkut, Emma, Sarah is another. I mean, I should probably do that one. That one makes the most sense. Tina, we're going on a mission. Does it walk me right to it, or does it walk me into it? Like, is an actual starts from here, go, go, go? No. Okay, cool. I like how Sam reports every time we finish one quest. Well, I finished one quest, I better report. Luckily, there's no, like, Queen Kamama type. There's a big crab over there. Let's take it on.
Be on guard. It's strong.
It's an even bigger crab!
Very well.
Endlessly large crabs. Now we have Crazy Hunt, we have Magic Attack Absorption, we have Accelerate as well. I don't really know what to go with
Go
first.
wild! Crazy Hunt! My turn.
Mr. Kurt here has some good stuff, so let's Whirling Steel maybe? And the Crab Bandit!
Prepare yourself! Shatter! It's down!
I did quite a lot of HP damage.
Yeah,
Yeah!
let's go.
Good. The Shiny would hit 3, which would be pretty nice.
I got this.
You do.
You're mine!
I should have actually hit that into the Shiny. Why didn't I do that?
Attack! Yeah!
Dodge Boy Kurt is ready to do some big damage.
Not today!
It was Emma that dodged.
It's my turn. Analyzing enemy unit. I got it.
Animation! Grown to an abnormal size due to pollution, even more aggressive and hungry for EP and CP. Amigation.
I got this.
Yes, you better do. You've been muted. Interesting.
Lightning, charge me up! Ah!
I'm going.
May as well get some extra strength to go with it, right? I cast a Crescent Mirror.
Huh?
That's always helpful.
Weak!
Again, Ash on the 3%
My
dodge
turn.
is the one that dodges and not all the insight blokes. It's just
Strike!
silly.
There.
It always is silly.
Take this!
Yeah.
It always is silly. It's much better taking these on
My
with
turn.
4 people. I don't know if I can get the break.
Eat this!
Oh, I should have gone with crit.
Here's dessert!
That's what you get for being careless.
I got this.
Big defense down.
Go wild! Crazy Hunt!
It's
More
my
boofs.
turn. Ha! This one's on the house.
There we go. There's the break.
It's my turn.
Which means it's pretty much game. What's the spell you're weakest to? Earth.
Huh?
Very well. Prepare yourself! Shatter!
Big old damage there, Kurt.
There!
That's the way out. You dodging.
This!
There.
Bandit didn't stand a chance.
Let's keep moving.
a nice upgrade of whose stuff. We got a bluster.
I must train even more.
New craft for Kurt in the meantime. True Twilight Blades is now here. 100% impede, 100% blind. Nice. The Ash just dodges everything and then just whacks back. It's just silly. Ash's Order Crazy Hunt X has been upgraded to Infernal Hunt. Oh my goodness. Well, I wish I had that earlier. Ash's is upgraded all the way. Critical 60%. Yeah. Wow, okay. That's pretty nice. Can't hate that. Alright then, with lots of things to do across the world, and we've still got at least a few trial chests to obtain and get to. We will do trial chest 5 most likely next time, and trial chest 16 as well. Why not? They're available to us. We should do them. And get the Misanti by road too. Get all our quests done. But in the meantime, first of all, I'm going to travel to... that beautiful music, as it's time for a bedtime story, which we actually have this time. Let's get the music set up for our next chapter. Chapter 5. A 3 and 9. 33 pages. Are you ready for the long, long read? Chapter 5. The Overseer, and the Report. The town was practically empty, and the first rays of dawn were only just beginning to pierce the dark sky above. Stepping out of the inn, Free inhaled deeply, filling his lungs with the chilly air in an effort to dispel his drowsiness. The town, known as Luzant, was located on the border of Calvard and Remetheria. Free and Nine would often undertake missions in both countries, making the centrally located town a perfect base of operations. East of the town was an official border crossing into Calvard. In stark contrast, westward lay a mountain road known only to a select few. It was a treacherous path to be sure, but also one that facilitated entry into the Republic without the need to go through the official channels. Free headed to the designated rendezvous point, a small hill surrounded by weathered boulders. The site was deep in the mountains and therefore free of unwanted eyes. There he found a black silhouette waiting for him. It was a man hidden in shadow, wrapped in a tattered black cloak that obscured his face and body both. Despite his bedraggled attire, his presence had an insurmountable weight to it, instilling a primal sort of fear into any who laid eyes on him. "I'm here to make my report," said Free. In response, the cloaked figure uttered only a single word: "Speak." This man, known as the Overseer, was one of the higher-ranking members of the organization. He was given the name of Emperor from the Major Arcana, but those who served under him referred to him simply as the Overseer. As his title suggested, he watched over Free and the rest of the organization's tools. He was the one who provided mission instructions and received their reports. Free relayed the details of the Haldor mission to the Overseer. As he finished, the man spoke again. Next. Right, regarding Nine of Swords. As part of their debriefing, every member was required to report on their partner's activities. Each of the pair would separately describe what they did and what they observed their partner doing. Even the slightest discrepancy between the pair's reports was regarded with suspicion. The objective behind this requirement was to instill them with fear that any plot they may hatch to betray the organization would swiftly make its way to the ears of their superiors. "That is all," Free said as he finished his report. "Very well," the Overseer said. "You'll be contacted with instructions for your next mission once they are ready." "Understood." Free turned to head back to town, but as he did, the Overseer spoke again. It was little more than a whisper, but it was delivered with a weight that froze Free in his tracks. "Stop." Free slowly turned around and faced the Overseer. As always, his dark hood completely covered his face. "It's been 3 years now. You haven't been making any more plans, have you?" Free felt a sudden chill shoot down his spine. The Overseer's suffocating gaze was laced with a powerful malice. There was no need for Free to ask for clarification. He knew the Overseer was talking about his escape attempt 3 years prior. The Emperor had personally conducted many of the organization's purges of runaway members. As their very lives became threatened, many lower-ranking members would find themselves overwhelmed by fear, rendering them powerless before the merciless Emperor. Thus, even with the organization a cruel place in its own right, the Emperor had earned himself a reputation for his savagery. He was also the very same man who would track down Free and Ace during their escape attempt. Had he already picked up on Free's new plan to escape? No. Free found the thought absurd. He had taken every step with the utmost care and prudence. Further, if the Emperor had obtained some truth of Free's wrongdoing, the young assassin would already be dead. This was a test. If Free wavered here, even the slightest, it would mean his end. I will never again attempt something so foolish. I'm a tool of the organization, nothing more. My sole purpose is to take the lives of my targets. The way he cast his eyes, his calculated and practiced manner of speech, his natural breathing patterns, Free had pulled it off to perfection. Silence hung heavy in the air between them for a moment. Finally, the Emperor spoke. I do hope that is the case. The murderous presence faded from the air, as did the tension that had been building in Free's chest. There are certain expectations riding on your shoulders, the Emperor said. I will fully devote myself to meeting them, Free said in the same practiced tone. He moved once more to return to town, and was not stopped this time. He bought it. Back in his inn room, Free let out a sigh of relief as he collapsed into his bed. Nothing had really happened during his exchange with the Overseer, but nonetheless he felt completely drained. Without exception, each interaction he had with the Overseer was psychologically exhausting. This was to be expected, however, as he was indeed hiding his true intentions from the organization. In truth, Free had been planning a second escape attempt. The past 3 years had been grueling, but did nothing to quash his fervent desire for freedom. If anything, his resolve to reclaim his humanity had only grown stronger by the day. However, each day also saw his blood-drenched hands growing yet heavier with sin. He was a mere tool, human in physical form only. What few shreds of humanity still remained in his heart, he feared would be forever lost before much longer. Each new day that dawned could be the day that he finally slipped away into being little more than a device, when his only function was assassination, but simply a cold-hearted monster. That was a terrifying future he dreaded above all else. I absolutely need to succeed this time. I need to get out. His plan had 2 requirements he absolutely needs to meet in order to succeed. First off, he needs to avoid a direct confrontation with the Overseer. Second, Nihon could not find out about his plan. Regardless of their partnership, he had to be careful to avoid even giving the impression that he longed for freedom. Of course, this meant that Free would be forced to abandon Nihon, someone who had fought at his side through countless life or death situations. The girl was even younger than he was, but for all her genius, there seemed to be something off about her. Nonetheless, whenever Free thought about the moment he would pull the trigger and finally put his plan in motion, he always felt a strange sensation welling up inside him. Strangely enough, it was a desperate urge to fill her in. There were a number of times where Free had tried, actually. Before he could even get the first word out, however, memories of Ace's sword speeding down toward him would flash through his mind. In the end, he always remained silent. I can't take this anymore. I can't let my scars define me. I know what I have to do. There's no other way. Free shook off the thoughts plaguing him and returned his focus to preparing for his escape. The only person I can trust is myself. The rest of the day went by quickly, and before long, dust began to settle on the town. The day saw Free's diligence pay off at last. His final preparations had gone as smoothly as he could have hoped for. The time had finally arrived. He would set his plan into motion that night. Once Nihon fell asleep, he would leave town via the mountain road. Once in Calvert, he would be traveling by car, and he had already arranged for a rental to take him up north to a certain city. Once he arrived, he promptly set off for Lemere via one of the international airship routes that regularly departed from the city. He had yet to decide what to do after that point. He could stay a night or two in Lemere, or perhaps head over to Lemere. In any case, he needed to get as far away from his current location as possible. He may have been in the lowest rung of the organization and had little idea what went on amongst his upper echelons, but he was determined to show them all that he was capable of casting off the shackles they had bound him with. Caw! Caw! His rising determination was interrupted by a crow flying into the room. It made a few circles in the air before landing on the table. What the? Taking a closer look at the bird, Free noticed a specific crest adorning one of its legs. As he did, his face twisted into a grimace. It could only mean one thing. This was the method the Overseer used to communicate. Now? He wants to meet now? It hadn't even yet been an entire day since Free had delivered his report. The briefing for the next mission, maybe. Even as he said the words, he was gripped by an indescribable sense of dread and anxiety. However much he wanted to simply ignore the summons, it was not a luxury he could afford. The only chance his plan of succeeding was if he was able to put a good amount of distance between himself and his would-be pursuer before the Overseer realized what had happened. Were Free to ignore a direct order, however, the organization would immediately recognize it as an act of rebellion, one that would inevitably lead to his death. Mentally preparing himself for another encounter, one he could not avoid, Free set out for the meeting location. The rendezvous point was the foot of a small hill deep within the mountains, the same site he had been just that morning, in fact. There remained no trace of the ominous, eerie stillness that pervaded the place before, however. Bathed by the light of the setting sun, the weathered boulder seemed wreathed in brilliant flames from a distance. Free arrived to find 2 figures already waiting for him. The first was the Overseer, draped in the same tattered robe as usual. The thought occurred to Free that it had made the man look more the part of the hermit Nihon than did the Emperor. At the man's side stood a young girl carrying a large stuffed bear. Nihon. Her attire was more or less the same as what she wore on the Haldor mission, with a few alterations to make it more functional and mobile. Her presence there did not cause any alarm for Free. After all, if they had been called to be briefed on their next mission, it was only natural she would be summoned as well. Something felt different, however. Free couldn't put his finger on why, but anxiety began gripping his chest. "So you've arrived," the overseer said as Free approached. "Yes, what of my task?" The initial exchange was the same as it always was. What happened after, however, was decidedly not. "Make your appeal." "My appeal?" Free said slowly, the anxiety in his chest rising. "I have received a report detailing your treachery from Nine of Swords." "I don't," Free stammered. He was not at a loss for words. He had calculated each and every outcome that could potentially happen, going over the steps in his head time and again, and the absolute worst one possible was now playing out right before his eyes. A wave of despair washed over him. Could this really be happening again? Had Nine betrayed him, just like Ace? It wasn't possible. Free thought. He hadn't told her a thing. He knew their relationship was strictly professional, and he could not, under any circumstances, trust her. That was just how partnerships in the organizations worked. How could she have known? It didn't make any sense. There's been some kind of mistake. Free attempted to defend himself, knowing full well it was a futile endeavor. "You can't talk yourself out of this, S. No. Free of Swords." Nine finally spoke. Oh, it was her. But her usual sleepy demeanor was nowhere to be found. Instead, her voice was crisp, her eyes alert. She removed a scrap of paper from within her bear and showed it to Free. "This is your ticket for an airship voyage to Lebel, the one you booked for noon tomorrow." Free felt the ground fall out from under him. Amidst his shock, a small part of him wanted to yell out that the ticket was fake, that he had the real ticket. But to do so would be tantamount to suicide. Nine continued speaking, as though directly responding to Free's unspoken questions. "The ticket you have in your possession is counterfeit. I swapped it for the genuine one while you weren't paying attention." Fresh from completing a mission that utilized this very same kind of forgery, Free now found himself the victim of the exact same trick. "By the way, the name you used to acquire this ticket was Rhines Fogert, even. Rhines Fogert? Student of Genis Royal Academy, correct?" Nine continued. "That's the same name you used for your false ID on one of our missions last year. That would mean you've been planning this for quite some time, wouldn't it?" Despite the immediate threat to his life, Free couldn't help but admire Nine's genius, strangely enough. Free decided he wouldn't even try to come up with an excuse. Nine had clearly seen right through his plan. She'd been seen right into his mind, really. There was just one part he didn't understand. Even if it was her duty to sell him out like this, even if she was a genius, she had been so cautious and prudent in every step of his plan, yet it had all been laid bare, seeming without a trace of effort. How the hell had this happened? "I take that expression to mean you're trying to puzzle out just how your entire plan was exposed," Nine said, a slight smile playing at the corner of her lips. It was clear to Free she was toying with him now, mocking him. "You do realize I've been watching the whole time we've been partners, right? You've been my only target right from day one." Her tone was merciless, her words dripping with thinly veiled venom. "Yes, I've been watching you, Free, inspecting, observing. The only real challenge was remaining patient as I waited for you to slip up and finally show your true colours. It's been that way since the moment I became your partner." Free struggled to wrap his mind around what Nine was saying. "The fact is, you did attempt to betray the organisation, but even if you hadn't, I would have falsified whatever I needed in order to ensure your demise." She continued to speak, leaving nothing unsaid, despite the overseer's presence. With each word, Free felt more and more baffled. He could understand her observing him to the degree that their job required, but where was this malicious hatred of hers coming from? She felt this way from the start. Why? The overseer, who had been silent for some time, let out a low, derisive laugh. "I take it you still haven't figured it out. Who she is, I mean?" Free could not, for the life of him, figure out what this was supposed to mean. He looked over at Nine, searching for some sort of clue. All he was met with, however, was a glare of pure hatred, one that made him shudder in fear. He had never seen her look that way before. "Do you remember Ace of Swords, your former partner?" she began, before her voice gained a measured deadly weight to it. "The one you murdered? He was my brother." Free's world began spinning. He started to feel violently ill. His senses dulled, his mind went blank. It became hard to breathe, as though he was pulled to the bottom of the sea, the air crushed out of his lungs by its unrelenting pressure. "Now, after all this time, I can finally avenge his murder." Free barely heard Nine's words, as his head swam with thoughts. Ace was Nine's brother. She had known everything from the start. She'd been biding her time, hiding her true intentions from the start, always keeping a watchful eye for a suitable opportunity to arise, an opportunity to claim her vengeance. Free stood there dumbfounded even, as though he had lost the ability to speak entirely, like I just did. "I see no need for you to sputter through an excuse," the overseer said, reading the shock clearly written across Free's face. "We have all the facts we need. You'll be purged from the organization as per our rules. Your partner, Nine of Swords, will now end your life." Hearing the overseer's words, Nine stepped forward. "If you wish for assistance in this task," he said, turning to her, You will not be penalized. The reward will remain the same. The only condition is that you must be the one to deliver the final blow. Once you have eliminated him, your obligations will be cleared. Though I admit, the idea of losing such talent pains me. The reward. The right to one's freedom, gained by uncovering and then executing a partner who had betrayed the organization. The yearning for this freedom had dominated Free's existence for years, and now Nihon would be the one to gain it, in exchange for his life. Allow me the honor of doing it alone, she responded. I will avenge my brother's death with my own hands. She took another step forward, producing a number of poisoned needles from inside her bear. Without a moment's hesitation, she launched them at Free. He instinctively drew his sword and batted the needles out of the air. The combat tactics that had been drilled into him dictated he close the distance between them, yet he didn't take so much as a single step. His power is purely reflexive, programmed into his mind through years of combat. He had no intention of truly fighting back. Perhaps it was partially because he didn't want to hurt her. More than anything, however, it was because he knew there was no point in resisting. Even if he did manage to best Nihon, he would need to take on the Emperor afterward, and he knew that was a battle he had no chance of winning. Free simply accepted his fate was to die there and then, and there was nothing he could do to change it. Nihon pulled out roughly twice as many needles as before and again launched them at their former partner. In response, he automatically drew his short sword and used both blades to swiftly deflect them. In Free's mind, the thought slowly began to sink in. This was his retribution for killing Ace. Nihon leapt at him, closing the distance, and began attacking with an even greater intensity. Someone like me, Free thought, someone who slaughters a friend to preserve his own life, doesn't deserve freedom. Someone like me doesn't even deserve to live. Nihon continued her assault, attacking with both her needles and her wires. Were this an ordinary situation, there was no chance she would be a match for Free in a close quarters fight. However, his heart was not in the battle, causing a significant shift in the balance of power in the fight. Eventually, Nihon managed to decisively gain the upper hand, successfully looping her wire around Free's neck. I'll die for a vengeance, he thought. Maybe that's the only outcome that makes sense. Maybe that's the end I deserve. Nihon deftly moved her fingers, and the steel collar tightened around Free's neck. This is the end, she said, in a flat, frigid tone. Free knew what would happen next. He closed his eyes, choosing to await his end in silence. But the cold embrace of death did not come. To be continued, whenever we find the next book of 3 and 9. There we go, that is our ninth session of Trails of Cold Steel 4. The game still has many legs and many places to take us. Lemere Province next.
No.
Sutherland even, actually, isn't it? That's the one. Princess Alfin awaits us. And bloomin' Ballard is our enemy. How's he in control? We find out how this goes next time, but of course, after maybe another cryptid hunt. The Raquel in complete sweep, our last semi-required quest to do as well. We just got those things before we move on even further.
Okay.
And one bonding point 2. So tune in next time for more. And I'll see you guys around then. Bye-bye.